I'm your co-ghost Anthony.
And I'm your co-ghost Caylee.
And this is Two Ghosts Review Venom, The Last Dance. Alright, we're back with an all-new episode. And we're doing Venom, The Last Dance.
At your request.
At my request.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Yeah. You know, I never reviewed the second one, but I did, on my Blue Ghost Review account, I did add it into my my Blue Ghost Awards.
It won an award?
At the end of the year. Hold your horses.
Oh.
It won Worst Movie.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
I put Venom, Let There Be Carnage as the worst movie of 2021. It was. But... And that's with, Spider-Man No Way Home was the best movie, and it was two different sides of the spectrum that year. But... yeah, let's jump into The Last Dance, which The Last Dance title, honestly, Let There Be Carnage and The Last Dance, both of those titles, they just sounded so terrible when I heard them the first time. I like both of them. I like them a little bit more after watching the movies, but they're still not that great titles.
I don't really have a preference on titles. I think that they're all just like that fits, I guess. That's the quality level we're at.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's jump in here. The opening scene was we got to see Noel.
Well, the opening scene where I asked if we were in the right movie. It just got it straight into something completely random, not where we left off.
Well, that was the pace, or like, actually, I think this movie did a little bit better than
Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, but Let There Be Carnage, one of my big complaints with it is that I think they tried to do too much in too short amount of time, and it felt really rushed. So going into this, I was like, oh, here we go again.
Well, at least with that one, he met, the end of the first movie. He went in to go see this guy. I can't even remember. Cletus Cassidy. He went in to go talk to him at the end of the first one, and then they rehashed it in the beginning of the second one. The third one opens. I was like, what does this look like? Transformers or something? Like, where are we? What is this?
Well, to be fair, I mean, yeah, that first opening scene with Noel, I guess, could throw you off, but like right after it picks up right after the last time we saw, like literally with the same line, like they were showing some of the same footage that they've already shown.
Which is what they did in Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah, so
I don't know, it just didn't feel correct. They were like, we need to throw it in here somewhere. Let's do it before the title card even happens. I was confused.
I don't know. I liked that they kind of like, they introduced him at the beginning, so you kind of knew what was going on.
Well, that's how storytelling works.
I know, yeah, but like, I liked opening with it.
I think that this just goes along with the theme of Venom does not. Maybe I don't know if think is the right word, but like, if I was a being whose survival depended on another being, I would be like, okay, so here's the thing, right? If we get cut or something, my blood and your blood can turn into a horrible, terrible monster that I'm not sure I could beat. So we need to be really careful about getting hurt. Also, if you die, I can save you, but then we're like bonded, and also it creates a huge problem for like this thing, like whatever, like what do they call it?
What, the codex?
Yeah, like, it will create this, and then these things will start coming after us. Like, I would be breaking it down. Venom just waits for it to happen, and then he goes, oh, shit.
I think Venom didn't really... At least this was my understanding, or what I was thinking, was that he didn't really think that Null would, like, be able to come after him. So he probably thought, like, the codex thing was, like, he didn't bother. It wasn't priority for him to...
Nothing is priority. All that's priority is that he wants to eat brains.
Yeah. He's hungry all the time, and that's his priority. And the blood thing, I don't know. What's weird about that is in this one, Eddie gets cut at one point, and another one doesn't happen. I forgot where that was. I remember thinking it when it happened.
I don't know how it works because, like, I feel that it was definitely Eddie in the second one because, like, Venom was coming out of his back in, like, tentacles to grab onto Cletus through the bars, but Cletus bit Eddie's, like, thumb.
Yeah, like, exactly.
That was not a venomized area of him.
And in this one, Eddie gets cut.
Yeah,
and his blood, it
doesn't turn into a live thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Venom is being way too nonchalant all the time about just dropping little pieces of himself now.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel that, or, like, he's just not careful about anything.
No.
Like,
which I think, I mean, you go back to the first movie, it's pretty clear, like, I feel like he's the outcast of the symbiotes, kind of. Like, they don't really like him, which that doesn't really seem... I don't know. I'm not an expert on comics. I read no Venom comics. But that seems like very different from what I think it should be.
If it is true, it seems like they, like, way played it to the max. Like, maybe Venom was ostracized out, but, like, they made him, like, a dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, I definitely don't feel like he was dopey.
They made him more... To me, they made him a little more, like, lovable. Is what they were trying to do. Yeah. Is, like, they're trying to make him a little silly so you kind of, like him more. He's kind of like a dog or something. Like,
yeah.
You know? Like,
those big, milky eyes.
Yeah. Oh, he's so sweet. Those big old teeth. Those big, sharp teeth. But... Yeah. Which, sometimes I like him being a little funny, but other times I wish he was more serious. Like the first movie, I liked that the most. I think his attitude the most in the first movie.
Yeah, my only complaint with that one could be like the turd in the wind line.
Yeah, but that was like
stupid.
The only
it
silly
just got worse
line.
And worse and worse.
Yeah, it definitely got worse in the second one, and then the third one was... I think they just like leaned into what they were doing in this one, and I think it maybe worked a little bit better, but
I genuinely laughed more.
Exactly,
in this
that's
one
what I'm saying. Yeah, like
then in the second one, I was like,
I think they like knew they played into what they did with the second one, and like
but they
actually,
did it good this time.
They actually made it look kind of funny. But yeah, so Noel kind of explains the codex a bit in the beginning there, but we find out that he created the symbiotes. Like he's the one that created them.
Yeah, I guess I just don't quite follow all of it. I was still trying to figure out if I was in the right movie, so I don't know that I caught all the explanation.
Well, yeah, he explains that he created them, and
how, why, when,
to take over the universe is what that character normally does it for, from what I can tell. I don't remember if he's specifically said that, but I think that was his intention, was to... He's the villain. He's the Thanos of the Spider-Verse, Sony Spider-Verse, or whatever. But so he made those, and then he made the symbiotes. They turned on him, imprisoned him.
How?
Yeah, we don't
The
know.
little glops
Yeah.
without.
They figured
the
it out.
hosts.
I
All
don't
the
know.
little glops glopped together and glopped them up.
They glopped him up in a gloppy cell.
And he can't get out of it.
No.
Because why? It literally, like, you made these things and, like...
I don't know. He is only able to get out because the Codex exists.
And what does it do for him?
The Codex... It just frees him.
How?
I guess.
Explain that.
I gotta think now.
Break it down for
remember.
me. Does he have to bring the creature that comes after them? Does the Eddie and Venom have to come together? And then this guy, like, takes it out?
Yeah, they have to come together because if one of them dies, then...
Is it a physical object? Is it an energy? I don't understand. Like...
Well, I think I'd assume it's more of an energy. I mean, just how it's depicted in the movie.
I don't understand.
It might be physical.
Like more explanation, but maybe we're just spoiled.
Getting too deep into it.
No, it's not too deep into it. That'd be like saying it's too deep to decide if, like, the Mind Stone was an actual stone or if it's just a little green light. Like, explain.
Well, the way that we see it is, like, it's always, like, through the xenophages or whatever, their vision. And I guess we see it when Noel is talking about it, like, he's, like, I guess projecting or whatever they're doing there. But it's not... It looks more like just like an energy because...
Okay, so you get a hold of Venom and you shred him, because that's what those things were doing. They were, like, juicing everybody. And then what? Now you've just juiced him.
Well,
I guess I would just like it to have been more clear what his literal plan was, other than, like, find the symbiote with this going on.
I don't know. I assumed if they got him, they were supposed to bring him back, but
whatever.
Because killing either one of them would destroy the Codex. But
yeah, I guess I just don't get it. But moving on.
Moving on. So we get the Marvel flip of comic stuff.
Yeah,
intro.
The old intro.
The old one in association with Marvel.
Keep them
Sony, man.
Keep them at an arm's length. Don't say poor Sony. I heard that. You almost said poor Sony. Sony does it to themselves.
Okay, yeah, they're...
Do you see Morbius? They're not even trying.
Now, Morbius...
They're not even trying.
Morbius, I do have something to say about Morbius.
Jared Leto, you had Matt Smith, you had a chance.
I think I felt like, okay, this is at the end of the movie, but they show Noel again at the end of the movie, but they show his face. Now, I was like, oh, they just took the terrible Morbius face and put it on Noel. Yeah. It, looked so bad.
Yeah, well, you know how they are.
Yeah.
Very intuitive studio.
Yeah, they're making Spider-Man difficult for MCU. Seems like
they're not making Spider-Man difficult for Marvel. They're making it difficult for themselves to ever have a chance to really join. Because they're just going to keep getting shoehorned out. Like, oh yeah, sure, Venom is in the MCU. Oh my gosh, he jumped over. He's there. Oh, so many possibilities. Shove him right back. Put him right back. Shut the door. Get him out of there as fast as you can.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking more about, the recent... I guess they're really just rumors, but, I mean, they're moving forward with Spider-Man 4. But, they set it up to be a perfect ground level... Spider-Man 4, but the rumors are all well, it's going to be a multiverse movie now because Sony is pushing for another multiverse movie.
I don't care.
Dude,
I don't think that...
Come on, we just did that.
I don't think that Sony has enough pull to dictate what Marvel Studios is going to do.
I don't know, man. I think they got...
You think
they got some pull.
You think that Sony has enough pull to just devastate everything that they've done with Tom Holland Spider-Man in one
It got
movie.
sketchy through the different Spider-Man movies on just like what was going to happen because of Sony. Like they have some pull. So I don't know, but we'll see what happens when the movie comes out. But anyway, let's focus on Venom 3 here.
You're the one who said
I know. I'm getting off track, but so we open with, well, we don't open with, but we jump back in with the bar scene from the end of, what was that? No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home, and it's basically just like the same scene, but we get like we see him get pulled back into his universe, which obviously he leaves a little bit of himself, but Venom,
yeah, because he's lazy and sloppy. Venom doesn't even care about himself.
But it's probably gonna save him in the end. But he gets pulled in, and the portal that he gets pulled in through, we get like a clearer view of it, and it's like the same that Knoll opens, which I thought was interesting.
It's probably just a lazy choice of
yeah.
we rendered a portal.
Yeah, it's Sony, so it's probably a lazy choice. But
I wonder real quick before we move on, when little pieces of Venom drop off, do they contain enough information to make like it exact another Venom? Like, is it like gonna be it like, you know, a turd in the wind? Like literally Venom can grow from that, like as we know him, or what?
From what I've read here and there, and just what I think it's more like a symbiote could possibly come out from that, but it's not going to be the same Venom.
It's going to be like an offspring situation.
An offspring, yeah. And so it's not going to have like the same memories. I don't think it's not going to have the same attitude.
Yeah.
It could be a different, more serious Venom or something like that. But also, it could possibly not do that and be more of like how the symbiote in like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. Well, yeah, that one. Well, like how it infected the suit in Spider-Man 3 and just made the suit
it didn't
black, but it altered his attitude every time he wore it, kind of thing.
It wasn't like
a
host, like physically. It was more like the Ring, like Lord of the Rings type thing. Like,
yeah. So like so like we could get like an MCU Tom Holland like black suit or something.
Well, I don't know that I want
a symbiote suit from that, but maybe, or we could get a Venom or something. I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes.
I'm just curious about that because he is just dropping chunks of himself everywhere.
Yeah, but Sony's like, we gotta leave the chance to get it back. This is the most successful Spider-Man movies that we've had.
Let's ruin them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're at the bar and he's making a drink. Like, is Venom drunk?
Yes. Like, doesn't he go, "We are drunk"?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. He's like breaking everything. Well, like Venom, he can heal Eddie.
Yeah.
So, but like they can get drunk.
I guess.
Is it a choice? Venom is like, I decide to not regenerate us right now. I want to be drunk.
Maybe. This Venom seems to have have fun.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm not nitpicking at it. I'm just curious. Like, do you think he decides I want to get drunk? Or he's like, no, I don't want to right now.
I think that's a possibility because he can heal, but like, I think he would be able to like heal himself out of being drunk, but
like a Captain America type situation where he's like, I can drink as much as I want and not get drunk.
That's it. Yeah, I did not think about that, but
so
maybe
they're just ruining this guy's bar and he's scared. I liked it when he put his drink down in the salt.
Oh yeah,
when
yeah.
he was salting the rim. That was my favorite part.
Okay, yeah, and so he leaves a symbiote here as well, or a piece of himself.
Sloppy. That's 2 times in the same bar,
Same
quote
bar.
unquote, same.
Yeah.
Or
So
in quotations, not quote unquote.
So that happens, and then what? Eddie and Venom leave.
They go free those dogs.
They go to free those dogs, and in the background you see the xenophage.
Oh yeah, well, that giant thing
fall from the sky. Yeah.
And they're just walking. Venom is like, I don't care about that. That doesn't set off my senses or anything.
I guess not. But he heard the dogs.
Yeah, let's go save these dogs. Which, like, okay, yeah, go save the dogs.
Which, yeah, that was fun, I guess.
Another silly thing though, when he's trying to get him to say we're Venom.
Oh yeah, and they're like struggling.
Well,
or he's struggling to.
Well, he's like, we are, and he's like, Venom.
Oh yeah, that was
Venom,
bro.
Yeah.
Okay, but. Oh yeah, but he gets his meal, eats all their heads, and gets some boots.
Some cool boots.
Because the dog tore up or
dog tore his croc.
Yeah, croc, sandal, whatever it was.
It was a croc, man.
A croc. So yeah, and then we have Mordo show up.
Yeah, which I had to look that up during the movie. I was like, this guy is familiar. We were in a movie theater with maybe there was 5 other people in there. So us, 7 people in the whole theater. So yeah, I looked it up. I wasn't being a nuisance. It's not like it's a packed theater. I was like, who is this guy? He's so familiar. Where have I seen him? Mordo from Doctor Strange. Kind of sad I didn't think of it on my own, but he's kind of a annoying jerk, so I don't really care too much.
He's
the same character.
Same in every universe, you know?
Yeah, literally.
So.
Which also, like, why? Why are you have an MCU actor that you're going to be casting? Like, it's not like he's, like, a super big one, but, like, he's been shown in the multiverse. Yeah. I guess this is, like...
It's another universe,
your theory, which I hate.
It makes sense,
people that look the same can be someone entirely different.
Yeah. Over the history of time or whatever, the names can change. It's not that wild. So,
but like he's a completely different person.
People go down different paths.
He's not Mordo. That's not his name. He's whatever.
No, it's
someone else. But he looks like Mordo. This is different than saying like Eddie Brock is not the one that gets Venom, it's someone else, but Eddie Brock is still Eddie Brock.
Well, someone else, there was another Eddie Brock in the Raimi ones, and it's a different person. The person is different, but the name is the same.
Yeah, the person can be different. The name can be the same, but like, I don't know. I just don't like... I don't like it. It's yucky.
Well, hey. I mean, trying to think of other examples, but I mean, it's just, I guess, what we're gonna have a new. Well, there's like different Reed Richards. They all have the same name, but they're different people.
But they're not crossing into the same universe. Like, it does bother me. Like, Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be Doom.
Yeah.
It bothers me
from another universe.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
Well.
Then who's Tony Stark? And like, why is your entire family different so that your genetics are different, so that you look different? And how are the genetics that made Doom the same as the ones that made Tony Stark and this, like, how do they turn out looking like that?
Why did it look like that?
You can tell I didn't like this movie because I cannot stay on track. Let's get back on track.
Well,
Please.
Okay, so Strickland, Morbius. Or not
What?
Morbius. Not Morbius.
Now I was confused. I was like,
Mobius.
what? We had a crossover from Morbius?
Mobius, Mordo, Strickland.
Please.
There's too many M names.
Strickland is Mordo.
Yes, Mordo.
Okay, so we're going to call him Strickland so that I understand what's going on.
So Strickland, he gets the little piece of Venom.
Mm-hmm.
He collects them. And then we don't find this out till the end of the movie, but I guess you can just assume that this happened, but they took the bartender in the bar. They tased him and they took him and whatever. So they took him, and then we get I believe we get this like my least favorite character in this whole movie, this Dr. Payne character.
Oh, well, we had to see how she got electrocuted and it killed her brother.
It's very important.
And then she was wearing his shirt for the whole movie, and that's why she has a gimp arm.
Yeah.
And then every other line is about how her brother thought he was going to be doing this.
I think that her character was terrible. I saw comments, anything about her. I saw people say, "Oh, it sucks that they gave her such bad lines or script or whatever because she's such a good actress." I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen her in anything else.
Who she is.
Yeah, so I don't know, but in this, it was really bad.
Really bad, really flat. Same with Christmas Tree Girl.
Christmas Tree Girl. I liked her more than Dr. Payne, though. And yeah, bleh. But
I concur.
But we do find out that what was his name? Mulligan, Detective Mulligan.
He
lived, which I'm assuming they gave him the symbiote while he was still alive to keep him alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise he would have a codex too if he died.
Yeah, like the symbiote must have immediately started healing him.
Yeah. So.
And also was somehow compatible.
Yeah, just randomly compatible.
There was a lot of people who were just super compatible with random symbiotes, random people, coincidentally.
Yep. Well, I mean, if you're talking about the end, I think most of those were just like the symbiotes can take on a host that isn't completely compatible but use them for a while before they start to like damage the host.
Mm.
So they were using them pretty quick. So I think they didn't necessarily have to be matches on that.
Well, Christmas Tree Girl got a Christmas tree colored.
I think that was a match. That one. I think the Christmas tree one was a match.
It was a green and red one.
Yeah, which honestly, I'm kind of a fan of that one. But
well,
we'll get to that. Yeah. And then so like, we get the Dr. Payne stuff and that she works at Area 51, but under Area 51.
Is Area 55?
Is it Area 55? I thought they were saying Area 51.
No, it's Area 55 under Area 51.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even catch that. But yeah, Area 51 is getting decommissioned. So.
That's
cool.
a thing, yeah. They're dumping acid on stuff.
Which, yeah, I was like, this is so random.
Yeah,
we'll get to it.
What's his name that plays Venom? Yeah.
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, well, he wrote part of the script too. You said he was a writer. So
I think he's written all of them.
Maybe he should have got his hands out of it or something, and maybe they would have been all right.
With someone else. I think someone else helped him too. But
the story points in some of these are just like, oh, what is going on? Or that's convenient.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've read a few articles here or there, and like one of them was talking about that and how Tom Hardy, they basically have been working on these movies. Him and this other guy have been working on the movies for like, you know, how long they've been going out, 8 years, but they're saying like the first one, they were like halfway through the first one, they were planning the second one, and the second one they were planning the third one. So they were like, it wasn't like a pause.
They couldn't connect them better.
I mean, they connected the ending straight into the next one on both of them. So
you were writing them back to back, and you couldn't write them better.
I think it's more like within the movie they needed to write them better than the connecting, because I think the connecting from movie to movie was fairly smooth. But
all you have to do is copy a scene.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just pick up in the bar, which is what they did, but
they literally reused footage from the previous movie in both of the sequels.
Yeah, but it was like, I mean, like, Let There Be Carnage, there was a lot of going back and forth with, like, in the prison with Cletus and stuff. Like, it led into it. So then we get, I guess, this is Venom wanted to go to New York.
Oh, yeah, he wanted to see Lady Liberty.
So they boarded a plane just on the outside of the plane.
Why? Why couldn't they go in?
I don't know. I can't think of
Can
why.
Venom go through metal detectors? They didn't want to pay for a ticket.
That's probably what it was. They probably didn't have any money.
Was he? He was a fugitive.
Oh,
Duh.
Yeah. He was a fugitive.
We are fugitives.
We are fugitives. The lethal protector is a fugitive.
Yeah. Okay. So he was on the outside of the plane.
So yeah, outside of the plane, and then
just gets attacked on the plane. Is like, I have to go away now. Free fall from whatever altitude they said they were at, like way up there.
Well, because the xenophage came after him because
he was in Venom form.
Yeah, if he's in full Venom form, then the codex is readable to the xenophages. So, but yeah, so they get attacked and free fall.
And then he gets a Venom parachute.
Yeah. And what? Venom's like, what? What was he saying? It was like, start running or something to prepare him.
A soft landing.
Yeah.
And then they're barefoot.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. So yeah, so Venom he explains the codex.
Venom has to come clean, and he's making the strangest face.
Yeah, so he's doing the thing where he can only
trail
like
out of
his
him.
head is only out talking to Eddie, but yeah, his facial expressions are like
he's like
so good.
He's like being sly or something. Like his eyes are like squinted. Like I don't know. That was when I was laughing out loud, and I was like, I don't know if this is even supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of motion cap did you do to someone's face or something to get these expressions? What are you trying to convey?
That's what a lot of parts in this movie felt like. I don't know if this is actually supposed to be funny, but it looks really funny. Yeah. So like I laughed at it. Like.
Yeah, Venom's face. That was funny.
Yes, that was good.
I'm laughing thinking about it. So yeah.
It's like he It looks like he should be like sniffing around. Or
Yeah.
like he's like investigating or something. Like
This is
the
him being like
area.
on the lookout or something, but also explaining, but like cheesing about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they get the horse.
What?
Venomized horse.
Horsey. That's what he said.
Horsey.
Don't scare the horsey.
Rah!
Yeah.
Got him.
Venom. Yeah.
Bro.
That poor horse.
And it went like a bajillion miles an hour and
Skittered all over the place.
yeah. Jeez. Yeah. The venomizing multiple animals and the credits showing different venomized animals that we didn't really get to see. I really enjoyed that.
I liked the frog.
Yes, the frog was good. Well, I think I liked the fish more.
Really?
I thought that was just hilarious. That like he's like in the river and then
he ate the other fish.
and
then he got bigger.
He got bigger. It was like I don't think that's how it works.
No.
But
I like I think the frog was my favorite because he just was like watching, but he is like, it's a frog, but its mouth had to be hanging open with those giant teeth.
Yeah. Everything that's venomized, every animal that's venomized, it's got to have giant teeth and a tongue.
How did the animals like feel about this? Like after he's done, like, what do you think the frog is like? Oh my gosh.
They're probably like hungover, like Eddie is the entire movie.
Dude, the horse's tongue smacking Eddie in the face.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So they get to this. Get to the river.
Yeah, and the horse gets a drink.
And the horse gets a drink, but
Venom
that's
horse.
when Strickland comes in with his team of 6. So yeah, these 6 hanging guys come flying around the mountain, and they hit Venom horse with the sound weapon, which now that like I guess the military it's very well experienced with symbiotes now, so they know how to separate. They have weapons to do it now, how to separate them, and that's how Venom symbiote form gets into the river, and then the soldiers get into the river and are chasing after him and Eddie, and that's where we get the fish and the frog and all that. But Eddie ends up having to kill someone.
It was an accident.
Well,
She was trying to shoot him, and he.
I think it's self-defense, not accident.
Did he take the gun and fire it himself? I thought it was in her hand, like he was like trying to
I think
disarm.
I felt like he pulled the trigger, but I don't know why she would pull the trigger if it was aimed at her. But
I don't know. I thought it was an accident.
well, yeah, but he feels. I felt like they were gonna focus on that a little bit more, or like him dealing with that like he himself did something, but it was very short.
I think that
His guilt.
They were busy.
Yeah, they were busy, but I don't know. I felt like it would just like come up later or something, when things died down, or I don't know. But
He was too busy singing Major Tom.
yeah, Venom has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they escape those soldiers, and while he's walking through the wilderness,
they escape the soldiers because that thing comes and starts killing them.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
That thing starts shredding people. This is the first time I think that you saw that.
Yes, it was. And I gotta say, it's awesome.
Oh, so awesome that you forgot about it?
I did forget about it, but it's awesome. The xenophages, the way that they shred is insane. It's just like blood just sprays out the back. It's wild. But yeah. So these they escape by what? How did they escape that thing? So they had to
separate.
They had to come together to go over the waterfall, which it tracked them that way. That's how it showed up, and then they separated or went out of full Venom form to get away, and so the xenophages ate up all the soldiers and spit the blood out the back, and
Strickland, right?
No, not Strickland. Strickland was in the helicopter.
He was in the helicopter, yeah. Then he calls and he's like, "I'm mad at you. My people just got killed."
Which I felt like they were trying to set up like some General Ross character or something, like with this guy that's in the shadows that Strickland is talking to. It felt like that council that was over like S.H.I.E.L.D. in Winter Soldier.
Well, not really.
But it was just like one guy.
I get the vibe a little bit, but not really, because they never did anything with it, and it was just gone.
Well, he showed up at the end. I think that was him at the end.
Well, everybody has a boss. I mean.
Yeah, but I think it's just Sony trying to. I felt like they were trying to put things in place for their next movies.
Let's put things in place for our next movies using MCU actors.
I'm not saying they're gonna be good movies, but I see what I think I see what they're trying to do.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
But yeah, so Eddie and Venom, they escape, and they're walking through the wilderness, and while they're doing that, Venom. They're talking back and forth, and I think it's Venom that says like, we've been together for a year now or something.
It's just been a year.
And that took me aback a bit.
8 years of movies for 1 year of real time.
Yeah, like I totally thought it was. I guess it makes sense, but like.
No, I was under the impression it was like 3 years, like
a
bit of time.
But for some reason, I thought the same thing. But I mean, if you think about it, the first one feeds right into the next one. The next one.
Yeah, honestly, really, if you think about it like that, you should be like, "What? It hasn't been just like 3 months, or like 3.5 weeks."
It's got some like time skips that I'm not quite sure on, because there's a time skip. I don't remember the amount of time I think they said, but between the events of the first Venom movie and when he goes to see Cletus in the first movie, there's a time skip, I think. And then there's got to be a little bit of time skipping between like all those end credit stuff between the second movie and the third movie. But yeah, that took me aback a little bit. So my guess here, I'm placing these movies in time,
doesn't matter.
Is they all got to be in 2024. Or at least 2024 or into 2025, a little bit maybe, but
because the blip.
Yeah, because of the events of Spider-Man, which takes place in 2024. Yeah, No Way Home takes place in 2024. So, and these overlap, which No Way Home is at the end of 2024 because it's like Christmas by the end of it. So this is right after, so it might go into 2025, but it's got to be around there too, because I mean, it's a different universe and like timelines can be wonky, but like if we're syncing them up, like they had the Vegas sphere in a shot in this movie too, which brings it up to closer to
because that's
future.
actually out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so when you're watching like the first Venom, it should be taking place in 2024, not back in whenever, like 2018 or whenever the movie came out.
Which they had no idea when they were filming it.
Yeah.
You couldn't have placed it. If you were placing it then, it would have been real time.
Yeah. Which is what I thought originally, but not anymore. But yeah, so then we meet the Moon family.
And Venom throws the plate.
Yeah.
Which Eddie has to be hungry by now. Like, he would have eaten that, and Venom was like, no.
Yeah. He did have how many heads? 4 heads or something like that?
Eddie.
Oh,
Does it
Eddie.
go in his stomach?
I don't know.
Does he eat heads for real? Like, his body processes them? You don't have room in your body for 4 heads.
I want to say no, because
I mean, if it was going into his body, I think he would be like, absolutely not. No, you're never eating heads.
Yeah, I want to say no because when Eddie eats food, it doesn't help Venom. So why would Venom eating anything? So
why did Venom not let Eddie eat the vegan food?
Because he doesn't want him to eat it. I don't know. Ew. I don't know. That could just be something sloppy.
It was just comedic.
Yeah, comedic. But yeah, so we're with this family now, and to me, this confirmed that this is. I mean, you probably don't care as much about this, but I was wondering. This confirms to me that the Venom universe with Morbius and all these things is not the Andrew Garfield universe, because Martin Moon is Dr. Connor, the lizard. It's the same actor, so it's a different person in this movie. So
interesting.
We got 2 different.
You never said
variants.
Anything.
Yeah, I didn't realize it for a bit. I mean, he was like he had facial hair. He was like, he looked different, but it's the same guy, same actor. So there's that.
And then Venom sings Major Tom.
Yeah.
So beautifully.
Gets a ride to Vegas and sings along. Yeah, that was funny. I laughed at that.
What, when you're singing?
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Like, at first I was like, we're going to do a singing deal here, and then Venom started singing, and it was more funny than cringy to me in that.
Then he gets $20 in ones and some sandals and goes to the casino.
Yeah.
And
well, before that, I do want to say I liked Eddie's relationship with whatever the kid's name was.
Leaf, I think.
Leaf.
Something.
Yeah, I think it's Leaf. But I don't know. I just thought that was sweet. He's like, I don't know.
It's really sweet how he lied to him.
I don't know. It's just. It felt like I think in this movie what Eddie was kind of saying, like how he, Venom kind of took over his life and he could have had a family kind of thing.
Venom said that he thought they would do better in a life like that.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, it's kind of, I don't know, it was kind of nice. See him being nice to the kid, being kind of like fatherly to the kid or whatever. But He did get chocolate for
Give him a
Venom.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Snickers satisfies. You're not you when you're hungry.
That's the perfect dad. Putting Venom in there.
You think they got paid for that?
Well, yeah, if they put this... I didn't notice the Snickers wrapper, but if you noticed ones, then they probably got paid if they saw the wrapper. So.
I bet Snickers was intentional.
Yeah. Which, yeah, that's great. But, yeah, then they what? They go to the casino.
And Venom has a gambling problem. Immediately,
yes. We need more money.
Immediately blows the money, and everyone's looking at them. And then I had to go to the bathroom because we cut to the lab, and I was like, the lab, that's boring. While they're at the casino, and I missed the part from the trailer where he dances with Mrs. Chen.
Yeah, which it was. I don't know. I didn't really super enjoy it.
I wanted to
it was
see
all
it
right,
though.
But I think the funniest thing about it was that they were kind of saying that they practiced, or like at one point Venom and Mrs. Chen, when like they were together
As a symbiote?
Yeah, like they had practiced this or something is what I felt like they were alluding to. It was like, because like they were so in sync, like they were dancing like the same moves together, and so it's like they had to have practiced.
They
this.
learned to dance together.
Yeah, they're dancing to the Dancing Queen song, or like, bro. So that was funny. It was funny, but it was also like, why are we dancing? But yeah, because when we flip back to
Did we skip the part where what's his face? The green.
Yeah, back at the lab.
Yeah, the phantom-y guy that looked like he was from Scooby-Doo. But
Yeah.
why was he making what's the detective's name?
Mulligan.
Why was he making him like for lack of better terms, like the girl standing in the corner crying in the Scary Movie? Like when he was a person, he was like facing the other way, like standing scarily, like ominous.
I don't know.
Like looking at people from like a strange angle. But then when he turned into the slimy green symbiote, he was like, let me be helpful and give information.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could alter. I feel like some of these have like different levels of powers or things, so maybe you just don't know. They don't elaborate enough.
It was weird. Because that isn't even like a reaction like, I'm upset that I have a symbiote in me. It was like, something is wrong.
Yeah. And it wasn't like that Mulligan himself had anything wrong except the symbiote.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's not like he was pouting. It was like sinister the way he was standing in there.
Yeah.
But that symbiote was being genuinely helpful.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that. That's why I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I see the lab, and then I missed something funny, so.
But his intentions kind of like almost backfired. Because like he was telling Strickland that about the Codex, and that Null was going to come and destroy Earth and everything if Eddie and Venom were both alive. So like Strickland, that now he knows he's gonna go kill one of them. Like he wants to go kill one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But like later after that, this Mulligan symbiote seems more like on the side of Venom. But at this point, what he's telling Strickland is putting Venom in danger.
Eddie.
Eddie Venom, but like,
now one
together,
of them dies without the other, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're bonded, so if Eddie gets killed... No. Because Venom kills himself.
Oh, no.
At the end of
Yeah,
the
no. Yeah. No, they don't both die if one dies. Just that person dies and the Codex dies, I guess.
Then how come Eddie can't die repeatedly and Venom can't do it repeatedly? If the Codex dies, can't you just do it again and make another one?
I'd assume, yeah, that's something that, like,
but
I
then
wanted
Venom
to know.
was like, only once. Like, Venom made it seem like you can do it only one time. I don't know. That could be wrong, but that's the vibe I got when I was distracted by his many faces.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that, because by this, so yeah, we're in Venom 3 now, and it seems like symbiotes are like all over the place. I was surprised that no one else had like completely died and a symbiote had made a Codex other than Venom.
I think they don't care enough to do it. Like, Venom saved Eddie because he likes him.
Yeah.
They just move on.
They just move on, yeah.
Even Venom was, I think, killing people in the second one, kind of.
Who was he? Did he jump?
Either that or he was running them completely, like, to the brink of death and then jumping out.
Yeah, he was a little bit there, yeah.
So, like, he cares about Eddie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so now Strickland is on the hunt, and that's when, I think you were still gone. I'm not sure. But he's able to find him. How are they able to track him all the time? Is it just the Codex following?
Who is getting tracked, sorry?
Strickland is like always able to find Eddie.
Is it
and
the
Venom.
Cameras? That's how he found them originally.
Yes.
These amazing cameras.
Yeah, the camera in Mexico and the camera in Las Vegas are like the same camera. Like when they show it.
Yeah, they have the same patina and everything.
Yeah, it's like the same shot of a camera. Like, it's the same thing. But yeah, so they find him, and that xenophage also was coming after him because Venom went full Venom to dance, which is so stupid.
In a crowded casino, right? I assume it was.
Yeah, well, it was the
public.
penthouse.
Oh, okay. So they were upstairs.
Yeah, Miss Chen's penthouse, or her suite, whatever.
I just remember from the trailer, it looked like they were going down like stairs.
Yeah, for some reason from the trailer I thought they were like in the casino more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was upstairs. It was a nice. I guess it did have stairs. It did have stairs in there, so it's like. Yeah.
And there was no explanation. Like in the second movie, she was still running her little store.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
she just took a trip to Vegas.
A hotshot gambler.
They just wanted to put her in it, I guess.
Strange way to do it.
Yeah. That part of the movie
could have been cut.
I felt like it was just the most random part of the movie. Like it
what
was
if
silly.
Venom had a gambling problem and
for like a
synchronized dance to Dancing Queen?
We need Venom to do something in Vegas, just which obviously he needs to gamble just for a little bit right before he gets taken by Strickland. So we're gonna put Chen in there so they can do something together.
Make it make sense.
But yeah, so Strickland gets Eddie and Venom, captures them both, and then so they got Eddie in there, and then Venom is like in one of those containment things, but I'm just calling her Christmas. It's a little brooch or whatever it is. She bonds with Venom.
How?
She feels like they just showed her like reaching towards him, and then it cut off.
Yeah, I don't think I was back for that.
But she was kind of like looking at it as it was looking at Venom as it was being taken like down underneath the floor or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know if she really reached for it, but she was like locked in on him or whatever. But
why?
Well, she was having like some weird thought. I wasn't really fully grasping like what her thought process was, because she started acting weird after she heard about like Null and how they were in so much danger.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what your thought process is from that, from like fear to I need to bond with a symbiote.
I don't know.
So she was acting weird, but I don't get the thought process really. But Eddie gets taken out of his cell by Strickland, I believe, and Strickland's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go kill you," so Null doesn't show up, which is logical. Mm-hmm. I know we like Eddie because he's the main character, but I mean, he does have a point.
Yeah.
But this was probably one of like my favorite shots, was just he shoots Eddie, and then Christmas Lady gives him Venom like right like as he's falling, and he comes back up. Like I really liked how it was shot and like that little scene there. So then the Moon family meanwhile is breaking into Area 51.
The little boy who's scared of aliens bursts through the fence.
Yeah.
And starts running towards Area 51.
Martin's like, let's go see. Let's go see what's in there. But it's pretty much empty up top.
Well, they've been blowing everything up.
Yeah. And so they get in there and they just climb up a tower and are looking around at this point. And then down below, chaos starts to ensue. So yeah, underneath, I guess it's Area 55. I didn't catch that, but now that Venom saved Eddie there and went full Venom, the xenophages flocked on and get down there, and they eat Mulligan's one pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, that one sacrifices itself. It tells Venom to like run.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like, I know he was trying to help Venom at some point there. So yeah, and then they release all of the other symbiotes to fight this thing.
Not all of them, all but like one.
Yeah. So they're all fighting, and
I guess that answers my question, because that scientist lady, what's her face?
Dr. Payne?
Yeah, she's got a vial of one, not a full big thing. And it's still fully...
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than one drop. It's probably like 3 glops or something.
It looks bigger than what Venom dropped. But...
Than Venom's droppings.
Yes. His droppings.
But that fully venomized her anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, they're all fighting.
Scientists getting venomized as they're standing there freaking out. Soldiers shooting at things that aren't taking any damage. I always think that's wild. in movies. They just keep shooting. It's not doing anything. Try something else.
Yeah.
Try, throwing a little grenade at it or something like, I don't know, anything.
Which they do kind of like try to step it up bit by bit. Like they're shooting like rocket launchers at them at one point.
Yeah, I guess over time in this one they do step it up. Most of the time, it's just...
Yeah, like they just keep shooting at something that...
Yeah.
It's dumb. But I don't know. I liked seeing all the different symbiotes. I liked the lava one, but it got
taken
out really quick, like right away. But that was wild to see coming out of the back of it too. Oh, the xenophages, lava coming out.
I liked it when they like conjoined.
Conjoined?
When the two symbiotes like...
Oh yeah.
They went like two-headed. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I like... So Christmas gets a green one.
A Christmas symbiote.
Yeah, but this one had like weapons. Like it had like those like knives kind of or whatever they're, blades, which was cool. It had a bunch of arms and like blades on some of them, which I thought was cool. And she was doing, I mean, not really doing too much damage, but like was fighting the most besides Venom.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it looked cool at least. But so they bust out of the bunker or 55 and they're up on 51.
And this poor family.
Yeah. They found the aliens.
They dropped their one F-bomb of the PG-13 rated movie.
Yes. And so Eddie gets up there to save them. And saves them.
And Venom is like, "Don't be scared, little boy. I'm just a slimy black alien with 4-inch teeth."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay."
The boy's like, "Yay! I like aliens now."
And the dad is like, "I hate aliens now."
Yeah. Which I like. He actually gets a... I might have, like... I don't know for sure if this is what happened or not, but I thought first viewing it's what I thought. Martin Moon shoots one of those rocket launchers like down the mouth of one of those things, and I thought it killed it.
No, he puts it back together.
Okay, yeah.
They like right. Start reassembling.
Yeah, which is insane. These things are like impossible to kill. Yeah. Which I kind of liked because it was like very formidable, like very difficult to kill, a challenge. But yeah, for a second there, I thought he found a weakness or something, but
no, it put itself back together. That's why he said sorry and started running away.
Yeah. But now that they were fighting, a second one got sent. At that point, not like a bunch of them yet, but a second one came in, and that's when Eddie and Venom were like went to the dirt bike.
Oh yeah.
For a while, they were on this dirt bike, but they tried to blow them up at a big, which I thought was a tiny explosion for the pile of.
Yeah, all
stuff
the
that
crates.
They had on there.
Well, maybe they weren't all flammable or explosives. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was just a weird setup. Like, I mean, like if you're shooting a shot like that in a movie, is like you'd expect it to be all explosives, but whatever. So they keep fighting these things, and it's basically down to just Venom and Christmas's one. And I thought it was a pretty cool shot, the one with the helicopter blades, where he like chops off the head.
They killed one of them.
Yeah. Which
I thought she could
but...
mimic the shape of things. I didn't realize that she just had a bunch of just sharp appendages. I thought she could, like, which I guess any of the symbiotes could, but I thought she could, like, make her arms into things like the helicopter blades. Like, she could look at it and be like, oh yeah, I'll make them, and then they would, like, harden and actually cut the same way.
Huh. Because she had one.
She took one.
It was a blade, right? It wasn't part... Okay, yeah.
Well, I think she took part of it, too. Like, she used her arm and the blade, but, like, it didn't necessarily... That one I don't think killed it.
No, because it was Venom that had actual blades and did the beheading. But she was right there. Like, I think she just, like, stabbed one or something.
Which, I don't... she's been stabbing them the whole time.
Exactly,
it hasn't been working, so...
Yeah, but I don't know... I don't remember how they separated, but Christmas's one got separated and then eaten. Yeah. Which sucks.
The xenophage can... Siren or whatever.
That's what he's calling more. It was like a call for more, because then a whole bunch of them came. Yeah. But yeah, it was the sound that did that.
It seems like that should be the number one thing that they do, is can make that noise.
Especially if those things were created by Noel as well.
Yeah.
They should know that's a symbiote weakness, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so they should have been doing that the whole time. That should have
been the number one thing that they do.
Yeah. But they were already pretty OP.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they needed to be more, but I just thought that was a little silly. Like, their number one weakness, you can't do anything about. And the symbiote kind of has the advantage so long as it doesn't go, like, full transformation.
Yes.
Because they can still help, like, pieces can come out and, like, be weapons or whatever and protect their host, if you want to call it that. They don't have to go full, or, Venom doesn't have to go full Venom. He can come out and talk to Eddie on the outside and, like...
Yeah, the only benefit is, like...
I guess...
To protect the full body. Like,
I guess he has to eat heads every once in a while. Well, I guess he could do that from being a little head on the shoulder. But he couldn't be like, I'm going to venomize everything except for, like, the small of your back. We're not full Venom. The bottoms of your feet were not full of Venom.
Yeah, what percentage of Venom needs to be there to bring the Codex out?
You can't cover everything except, like, a dime space.
Yeah, just a little dot.
Like,
and that's where they get you, right in that spot.
Yeah, well,
Oh. Yeah, so... Then, Eddie's pretty banged up. And they climb into... Him and Venom climb into this helicopter. And all of these xenophages have been sent with all portals and everything. And they're surrounding him. Which they don't really know where he is right now.
No, but I think at that point they're kind of just looking for anything alive.
Yeah. So
that seems to be the strategy. If they can't find him because it's all people, they just start killing people. Assuming that Venom is in one of them.
Well, I feel like they did a pretty alright job making it like it's just killing anything that gets in its way, on its way to the Codex. It's like Venom, when the soldiers were there, he went full Venom, and it was getting rid of the soldiers that was in its way to get to Venom. And in this, it was attacking the symbiotes because the symbiotes were attacking it, kind of thing, on its way to get Venom. But anyway, yeah, so they're all surrounding them, and then they have a moment, I guess.
I wish I did get to see her.
Yeah. And then Venom grabs all of them absorbs all of the xenophages.
I guess I didn't quite understand what was going on there. Like, was he in control of that? Obviously, yes, because he was killing them. But like, how many can he take on?
I mean, I guess he can reach out and pull another one in.
Well, he was grabbing all of them. He was holding the guy up so he could turn the acid on. He was
doing a lot.
Covering Eddie up. He was breaking the acid open so that it would just all come out. Like,
yeah.
All of those. He had all of those absorbed, and he was still in control.
Yeah. He's a freak in nature, you know. And
where's the vial? Venom killed himself, but, like, where did the vial go?
Well, I'm assuming it's the end, but...
It's the end?
The end of the last end credit thing. The vial?
Yeah.
Like, with his little bit in?
The bug? That's what you're talking about?
Well, there was a vial, a broken vial, that the bug went up to.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So... But, yeah, so, he gets acid poured on him, and he's gone. But he said something, he said, I think he was referencing back to somewhere earlier, like he was repeating the same line, but he said this is only bye for now, is what Venom says last. So
is he aware of little bits?
He might be. That's the thing, we don't know. Like, he might be aware of the little bits, but he might have just been like referencing back to earlier when that was said. But I don't know. We'll see. But what's his name? Strickland blows himself up.
Yeah.
And that's when Dr. Payne breaks her symbiote.
Which conveniently is fast.
Yeah.
Like, what would have, yeah.
Yeah, like, how'd she know that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She researched them. Maybe she saw it going, maybe it didn't move as slow as the other ones. But,
yes. Lightning, which should have been triggering or something for her.
It's triggering. Yeah, but this one, from what I've seen, is this one's name is Agony, and
edgy.
They're all edgy, okay. But from which I don't want this to be the thing, because I don't like this character, but it really seemed like
she keeps it.
It really seems like she's the only one that has a symbiote now. In the universe. She's the only one that's bonded to one. So it's like, are they trying to set up that she's...
It is Sony!
Yeah, she's the new lead, like, we're gonna follow her now. Like, I don't really want to.
Is it Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy, yeah.
What has he said about...
I haven't seen anything about that. About, like, him saying anything, but... That's just the feeling I get, is just that's what they're trying to do. Which I don't like, but yeah, so she just uses that to save Christmas. Not the holiday. But yeah, and then I guess it's pretty fast to the end here. Eddie goes to New York, and this, probably the worst part.
The montage of memories?
Yeah.
How does he have a memory of when Venom was separated from him while they were in a fight and Venom went to the rave?
Yeah.
How does Eddie have a memory of Venom at the rave when they were living separate lives at that point?
I agree. I don't understand.
Like, it's a funny moment, but, like, Eddie doesn't know about that.
No.
Venom would not tell Eddie that he went to a rave.
But why would he wouldn't be thinking of that specific shot either? Like,
yeah.
Like, even if Venom told him, it was like, so. Yeah, I don't know. I
think it was supposed to be funny.
That was the one big one in the movie where I felt like they were trying to be funny, and for most of the movie they kind of achieved some of that. Like they did some funny stuff, but this one was just like, one, cringy, two, didn't make sense with some of the memories.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't like the song. Like it didn't feel like emotional,
No.
which was what they were going for. But I mean, I liked him looking at the Statue of Liberty at the very end there. But like, yeah, the montage was like, it didn't.
Why was Major Tom more emotional?
It was funnier, is what it was. But yeah, and then we get,
The world's longest credits?
before that, we get all like the mid credits with all the animals, but which I loved. Then we get Noel, and he has his little Thanos moment. So, which, yeah, they're totally setting him up as the big.
I'm not
bad.
Interested.
Yeah, that's when you see his face, and it's terrible, like Morbius. So he's like a knockoff Thanos.
Hey, they already have it in the files, okay?
It's just cheaper that way, okay?
Yeah, they're reusing it. It's ethical or resourceful.
Yeah. And then so then we have the world's longest credits. I felt like it was long. You felt like it was long.
I was
I know
ready
you felt
to
like
walk out.
Yeah. But we knew that there was a final scene at the end there.
They gave credit to everyone who even like said the name Venom in
I noticed like
world.
Things that they normally put things side by side. It wasn't. It was all in a straight.
But at one
line.
point they increased the font. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. At one point they increased the font. And there was less on the screen.
Dude.
They did 4 columns of names and increased the font. I saw it go up. Like, that was on the screen with what was on it before, and the crawl kept going, and I saw it, the font increased. That's when I stood up. And I was like, listen. Everyone else was gone. Everyone else in the movie theater, they had left. I was ready to go home, and then the font increased.
That was the final straw.
It was. I was done at that point.
Yeah.
And then I just got to watch a bug skitter over to a vial.
Yeah, the bar
owner comes out.
He escapes. And then now this vial,
the bug should have gotten venomized.
Yeah, they should have. And the thing, they really left it like in a place where it's not confirmed if it's there or not, because like it. But the fact that they showed it, it's got to still be there. But the vial, from what I saw, I might have to watch it again. I didn't see anything moving in the vial. It was just broken, and there was like a little like flashing of a light in the vial. I don't know if it has its own little lights in it or something. Like it was just messed up.
I was more looking at the bug, I guess. Or I didn't see that.
Yeah, like I don't know if it is supposed to be alluding to like more of the other one because it had lightning or something. But I think it was just broken, is what it was.
It was too close to the site to have been the electricity one.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. They just really left it like they could have confirmed with having like a little black come up, little the goop come up, or have it venomize the cockroach or something, but they didn't. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, a few other things with this movie. Thought the editing. I know you said this too.
Terrible
editing. It was pretty bad, yeah.
Scenes like in the beginning, he's making his drink, and Venom pours it into the glass, and it's like 3/4 of the way full. And they show it again, and it's like spilling over. It's so full.
Yeah.
And there's something else I can't remember right now.
It was the kid.
Yeah, the kid was laying on Eddie, and then, like, he's talking to Venom out loud, which is stupid. I don't understand why he talks to Venom out loud like that, like, so loud. Why would you talk to him in that van? Someone is awake driving, you're sitting right behind them. And then, yeah, the kid was laying on him, like, they made a point to show the kid laying on him. And then they just widen out the shot, and he's not even in the seat.
Yeah, he's, like, not even on the seat. He's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, but, just terrible.
Yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Just inconsistent cuts, like. But I do wanna see what our ranking of now that these are the 3 movies. This is the last one.
1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2. So, okay. I would go. Honestly, right now, I kind of like this one the most. So I'd go 3, 1, 2. But 1, I like 1 a lot. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but I like 1. But the ending for 1 is where it gets me. It's just, it doesn't feel. It just feels very quick.
Mm.
You know?
I think just 1 has more of the tone that we should be going for all of these.
Yeah. Yeah, the tone of Venom in the first one is better. I just thought the ending was just really quick out of nowhere kind of thing. But this one I liked. Basically, I like the xenophages and everything in this one, like, sprinkled throughout, and then, like, the escalated battle at the end and all that. But
honestly, I felt like the end battle was a little long, but
I liked it.
That's a complete change of pace for these movies, though.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. I felt like it was a little better paced with a kind of a lull in the middle somewhere. So yeah. What'd you think overall of the movie?
Not the greatest, but I laughed a couple times. I mean, I wasn't super pumped to go see it, and I'm not like. That didn't change my mind.
Yeah.
I laughed at Venom's funny faces in the desert, and and when he sang Major Tom, and that's the highlights of the movie, so. That's how I feel.
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, I like I said, overall I enjoyed the pacing a little bit more than what the other ones were like. And yeah, I thought that they handled Venom's attitude of being kind of silly better in this one. What else? I liked the end, I guess, with him dying, but there's the possibility of him coming back, I guess, but it felt pretty done from there. I mean, we're not going to get Venom back. Like this Venom. So that's pretty done. But yeah. I think that's all I got.
That's all I have.
All right. Well, what? Our next episode is an exciting one for me. We're gonna be doing Daryl Dixon season 2, which I love me some Walking Dead, so tune in next time for that. You got anything?
No, that's all I can possibly dream to say about Venom.
All right, well, see everybody next time.